All right, this is going to be a quick little video on just some deconstruction work I was doing earlier with relating Christian nationalism to Hinduvata. And definitely still on the, more of a rough draft phase, but good little stepping stone to start a conversation, start a discussion, you know? So I ran this question and the responses through one AI, then ran it through DeepSeek because, you know, basically what I do is I start off with ChatGPT, you know, and if it gives me good stuff, I pretty much run with that, or I can add it a little bit into Claude. But if it's not doing good, then I'll always add it into Claude. Then if Claude's not doing good, I'll add it onto freaking DeepSeek. And most of the time, Claude's doing amazing now, though. ChatGPT has gone to crap since DeepSeek is, you know, premiered. It's crazy. It's like the stock prices went down on OpenAI or some crap, and all of a sudden they're not putting any energy to the processing. Like, it has just gone to crap. It's practically at perplexities level. But anyway, getting back to topic, I ran this all this through the the DeepSeek, and that's what I'm saying. This is just more of a rough draft right now. I'm not trying to go over every little bit, but I was saying, okay, let's deconstruct why, because this is where I was basically noticing. I was noticing, you know, these similarities. I was going, okay, the Hare Krishnas, they're basically like the Christians of Hinduism in the sense that they are always trying to proselytize and push orthodoxy, you know? And then I was noticing that the Hinduvatas apparently are using, you know, Vishnu as their political platform, and specifically Rama. And, you know, I thought that was really interesting. So I wrote, it responds, certainly let's dive deeper into the connections between Hinduvata, Christian nationalism, and theological political dynamics at play, particularly focusing on why Vishnu and his avatars Rama and Krishna is central to Hinduvata ideology, as opposed to Brahma or Shiva. We will also explore the parallels between Krishnaism, Vaishnavism, and Christian and evangelicalism, and how these movements intersect with broader themes of your ontology. Okay. Number one, the theological political nexus, Hinduvata and Christian nationalism. Both Hinduvata and Christian nationalism are rooted in the idea of sacralizing national identity. They transform religious symbols, narratives, and values into political tools and define and mobilize communities. Here's how they align. A sacralization of national identity. Hinduvata positions India as inherently Hindu, with its cultural and political identity deeply tied to its ancient Vedic and Puranic traditions. This framing often excludes or marginalizes non-Hindu communities, such as ethnic Muslims and Christians, as outsiders. Christian nationalism. Similarly, Christian nationalism frames certain Western nations, examples the U.S., Poland, or Hungary, as fundamentally Christian, often evoking a mythologized past where Christian values were the bedrocks of society. This narrative often excludes secular or non-Christian identities. B. Narrative of restoration. Hinduvata invokes the concept of Ram Rajya, the ideal kingdom of Lord Rama, as a golden age of Hindu rule, justice, and moral order. The movement positions itself as restoring this idealized past, often in opposition to perceived threats from modernity, secularism, or foreign influences. Christian nationalism, similarly, Christian nationalists often invoke a mythologized Christian past, e.g. the Christian founding of America or medieval Christendom, as a time of moral and cultural purity, which they seek to restore. C. Boundary maintenance. Both movements create sharp distinctions between insiders, Hindus or Christians, and outsiders, non-Hindus or non-Christians. This boundary making is central to their political mobilization, as it fosters a sense of collective identity and purpose. 2. Why Vishnu? The strategic elevation of Vishnu in Hinduvata. The prominence of Vishnu and his avatars Rama and Krishna in Hinduvata ideology is not accidental. It reflects a deliberate choice rooted in theology, history, and political unity. Here's why Vishnu is favored over Brahma or Shiva. A. Vishnu as the role of the preserver of Dharma. Vishnu's role in the Hindu trinity, the Trimurti, is that of the preserver, maintaining cosmic order, Dharma. This aligns perfectly with Hinduvata's goal of restoring and preserving Hindu social and moral order. In contrast, Brahma, the creator, is more abstract and lacks the narrative richness needed for political mobilization. Shiva, the destroyer and transformer, is often associated with aestheticism, transcendence, and destruction, qualities less suited for a movement focused on social order and governments. B. Rama as the ideal king. Rama as an avatar of Vishnu is venerated as the ideal king. Marianda Purushottamata. Man, I'm massacring that pronunciation. Who embodies duty, justice, and righteousness. Man, I'm trying to learn Hindi and I just massacred that. Anyway, his story is in the Ramayana provides a ready-made template for governments, Ram Rajya, which Hinduvata invokes to legitimize its vision of a Hindu state. The slogan, Jai Shri Ram, Hail Lord Rama, has been transformed from a devotional greeting or mantra into a political rallying cry, symbolizing the restoration of Hindu pride and moral ardor. C. Krishna as the divine statesman. Krishna, another avatar of Vishnu, is celebrated for his role in the Mahabharata, where he serves as a divine guide and statesman. His teachings in the Bhagavad Gita emphasize duty, dharma, and righteous action, making him a powerful symbol for political and ethical leadership. D. Historical and cultural resonance. Throughout Indian history, rulers have evoked Rama and Krishna to legitimize their authority. This historical precedence makes Vishnu's avatars particularly potent symbols for modern political mobilization. In contrast, Brahma has few temples and little devotional following, while Shiva's association with aestheticism and destruction make him less suitable for a movement based on structural order, social order, and governance. 3. The devotional dimension, Krishnaism and evangelical Christianity. The parallels between Krishnaism, particularly ISKCON, Hare Krishna, in evangelical Christianity reveal deeper connections between devotional practice and political mobilizations. Proselytization and outreach. Both traditions emphasize active proselytization. ISKCON, for example, distributes literature, conducts public chanting, and engages in global outreach, much like the evangelical Christian groups. This missionary impulse reflects a shared belief in the universality of their message and the need to spread it widely. B. Personal transformation. Both traditions emphasize a personal relationship with the divine, Krishna or Jesus, that transforms the devotee's identity. This focus on individual devotion and moral reforms makes these traditions particularly adaptable to modern global context. C. Organizational structure. Both movements have developed robust institutional structures for propagating their message. ISKCON, for example, as a global network of temples and communities, much like evangelical Christian organizations. D. Doctrinal clarity. Both traditions offer clear, accessible doctrines that facilitate transmission across cultural boundaries. For example, ISKCON's focus on bhakti, devotional love, and Hare Krishna's mantra provides a simple universal message, much like the evangelical Christianity's emphasis on faith in Jesus. And 4, your ontological perspective, a unifying perspective. From your ontological perspective, the parallels between Vishnu, Krishna, and Rama, and Jesus reflect a deeper unity behind religious diversity. Here's how. A. Incarnational theology. Both Vishnu and Jesus are seen as divine incarnations who bridge the gap between the transcendent and the material. Vishnu descends as avatars to restore Dharma, while Jesus is the Logos made flesh to redeem humanity. This shared theme of divine incarnation suggests a common archetype among religious traditions. B. Salvific function. Both figures offer paths to liberation or salvation. In Krishnaism, this is achieved through bhakti, devotional love, while in Christianity is through faith in Jesus. This salvific function underscores the universal human quest for transcendence and liberation from suffering. C. Ethical exemplars. Both Rama and Jesus are celebrated as moral exemplars. Rama embodies duty and righteousness, while Jesus embodies love and self-sacrifice. These ethical paradigms provide a foundation for personal and social morality. 5. Political symbolism and sacred geography. The transformation of religious symbols into political tools is a key feature of both Hinduvata and Christian nationalism. For example, A. Jai Shri Ram as a political slogan. Originally a devotional greeting and mantra, Jai Shri Ram has become a political slogan that asserts Hindu identity and territorial claims. Examples: the Ayodhya Ram Temple movement. This mirrors how Christian nationalists use symbols like the cross or biblical references to sacralize their political agendas. B. Sacred geography. Both traditions map religious narratives into physical territory. For example, Hinduvata's Ayodhya, Rama's birthplace, is a sacred site that symbolizes Hindu pride and identity. For Christian nationalists, places like Jerusalem or the Christian founding of America serve similar functions. 6. Theoretical implications, divine hierarchy, and political mobilization. The selective elevation of Vishnu over Brahma and Shiva in Hinduvata reflects broader patterns in how political movements mobilize religious symbols. A. Personification of the abstract. Political movements often prefer personified figures, Rama, Jesus, or abstract concepts such as Brahman or God, while they are more emotionally resonant because they are more emotionally resonant and easier to mobilize around. B. Narrative unity. Vishnu's avatars provide complete hero narratives that can be adapted to political purposes. Brahma, despite his cosmological importance, lacks this narrative richness. C. Sacred authority. By invoking divine figures like Rama or Jesus, political movements claim a sacred authority that transcends human institutions, legitimizing their agendas as divinely ordained. Conclusion. The connections between Hinduvata, Christian nationalism, and devotional practices like Krishnaism reveal deep structural parallels in how religious identity is transformed into political currency. The prominence of Vishnu in Hinduvata reflects a strategic choice rooted in theology, history, and political unity, while the parallels between Krishnaism and evangelical Christianity highlight shared patterns of devotion, outreach, and ethical exemplary. As from your ontological perspective, these parallels suggest a deeper unity behind religious diversity, pointed to universal archetypes of divine incarnation, salvation, and moral order. So yeah, I just had this little epiphany, and it was tripping me out because I've been able to get completely into the Orthodox Christian faith and understand, the Trinity, but at the same time I've been able to dive into Hinduism and understand the orthodoxy of Hinduism and the transcendent nature of Hinduism, the avatars, and all that, the transcendent nature of the avatars and all that. So anyway, that's where it was getting me tripping me out, because getting into the Hinduism side of the faith, I can't help but go, Jesus is Vishnu. Vishnu is Jesus. They are the same. They are avatars of each other. Jesus is an avatar of Vishnu, and Vishnu is the avatar of the, Para Brahman. So, it's all God. It's all the singular one God, but, transcending levels, So that's where it was tripping me out, because I'm going, Vishnu and Jesus, the parallels between the two, versus, it's not like the Hinduvatas are, going, touting Brahma, the creator of the Trimurti, the creator deity of the Trimurti, or, touting Shiva for their, Hinduvata. So it's just really interesting, dissecting, this nationalism, this religious nationalism, and how it's like the same, but on the other side of the coin, the unethical side of the coin, it's like, yeah, I'm all for everybody having their own faith, but again, we got to be ethical about our faith. And I don't mean just don't hurt people physically, we need to be better than that. If we're, as human beings, whether we're secular or religious, spiritual, whatever, we need to improve upon our ethics, do better. So I just found that fascinating, though, that parallel, and because I've been seeing lately, all the I go to some Hindu video on Hinduism on YouTube, and all in the comments I'm seeing Jai Shri Ram, and I'm going, okay, yeah, Vishnu, I know Ram is of Vishnu, okay, but why is everybody doing this, okay? And I know 70% of Hindus are subscribe to Vishnu, but at the same time, the mathematics of this doesn't work. This doesn't play out right? Anybody that's really aware understands that the digital realm is not a perfect reflection of our physical reality, that they influence each other, but they are not perfect reflections of each other, not at all. But yeah, I just thought that was a fascinating little, parallel, and I wanted to do just a little deconstruction, and this is just a little deconstruction, I'm sure that I can go further, much further, and I'm sure other people could go further, but I wanted to, deconstruct this little bit and provide a little platform for other, miracle workers, people that are doing the good work, good faith, ethical. Doesn't matter your religion, doesn't matter your faith, doesn't matter your existential or ontological beliefs. As long as you're being ethical, all right, we're all good. But that's the freaking problem. Ethics is a nutshell. Especially when you stir religion into it. But anyway, I just wanted to share that. Like I said, provide a platform for other people that are doing this good work on helping enlighten people to the truth, And I'm not saying ontological truth or that I even know the truth. I'm just saying people that aren't lying, that aren't hypocrites, So yeah, and not that everybody in nationalism are hypocrites and stuff, but I'm sure that, if you dive deep enough, they are. And I'm sure if you dive deep enough in me, I'm a hypocrite in my own way. So that's where ethics, it's fun. I'm cheaty, man. I am cheaty from the good place. I get it. I get it. Heck, I even listened to the freaking, okay, so it was funny. Apparently, they had the actor that played Chidi. He read up on this book. I forget what it was called, but by this ethics professor. So he actually read a book on ethics, And I found that exact author doing a lecture on his book on that, and I watched that whole damn lecture on his book. It was pretty damn funny because, yeah, you think pseudo intellectuals, go in little circles and babble a lot. Nothing compared to us ethicists, man. How an hour and a half video, and I'm like, yeah, you probably could have condensed that into 10 minutes if you got some really good editing skills and, understand how film theory relates to, your pedagogy and what the specific, theology or ideology that you're promoting, so. But anyway, I just wanted to share this a little bit. I thought it was interesting, So anyway, peace and victory. Sign out.